The first time Elias saw the girl in the blue dress, he was 7. The house was still new enough to smell of fresh sawdust beneath the fading scent of his mother's lilac soap. She stood in the dark recess of his bedroom wardrobe, past the hanging shirts, not translucent, but thinned, like a water-damaged photograph come to life. She was no older than him, with dark, close-cropped hair and wide, solemn eyes. She never spoke. At first, Elias tried to scare her away. He'd bolt the door, shove a towel under the crack, and whisper harshly, "Go away, this is my room." The girl would only tilt her head, the motion slow and frictionless, like a doll with a broken neck. His fear wasn't the kind that screamed. It was the kind that settled deep in the stomach and stayed there, cold and silent. He learned quickly that she only appeared when he was truly alone, and she never left the wardrobe. So he learned to live with her, a secret folded neatly beside his socks and sweaters. He told his parents it was too hot upstairs and began sleeping on the couch. The habit lasted for years until the memories blurred and the fear became something quieter, smaller, like a scar he didn't talk about. By 15, Elias had outgrown the monsters under his bed, but not the silence. He was awkward, quiet, prone to long hours of staring at the ceiling fan until the blades blurred together. When life stung, when his father's words cut deep or a classmate's laughter followed him down the hall, he would retreat to that same room, the one he hadn't called his own in years. That's when she came back, the wardrobe girl. He found her sitting again in the same spot, her hands folded neatly in her lap, her blue dress creased but unstained by time. Only now Elias didn't feel terror, just recognition. She was still 7, still silent, still waiting. One afternoon, after a girl he liked had laughed at his haircut, Elias lay face down on the carpet, his voice muffled. "She hates me," he whispered to no one. The air grew colder. When he finally looked up, the wardrobe girl was there, watching him from the shadows. Her expression hadn't changed, but something about her presence felt comforting. She was no longer the ghost in his room. She was the quiet witness to his private grief, the keeper of his unspoken words. And in that lonely, fragile space between boyhood and the rest of his life, Elias realized something that chilled him more than fear ever had. She hadn't haunted him, he had been haunting her. Elias moved out at 23, married, and built a life far away from the creaking floors and lilac-scented air of his childhood home. The wardrobe girl became a whisper in his mind, a peculiar story he sometimes told himself in the quiet hours between meetings and deadlines. A quirk of imagination, nothing more. But the years were not kind. His career flourished, then consumed him. His marriage cracked under the weight of distance and exhaustion. By 43, he was divorced, burnt out, and back in the house he swore he'd left behind. His mother was gone, his father frail and fading. The home felt smaller, yet strangely alive, as if it had been waiting. He took the master bedroom. His old childhood room, with its familiar closet door, became a makeshift office. He didn't think about her anymore, not really. The wardrobe girl belonged to another time, another version of him, until one rainy Tuesday. Elias was worn thin, juggling work calls and the endless demands of caregiving. He opened the hallway linen closet to grab fresh towels and froze. There she was. The blue dress had dulled with time, her hair plastered flat to her forehead. She looked older somehow, not in age, but in expression. The solemn stillness remained, but her eyes carried the same quiet exhaustion he felt every morning in the mirror. The years had touched her too. He didn't flinch, didn't scream. He only sighed, rubbing his temples. "Rough day, kid," he murmured. She said nothing, but when he closed the closet door, Elias felt an ache of guilt, like he'd just left a weary friend standing guard. After that, he didn't see her often. But sometimes, in the half-sleep of a late night, or the reflection of a hallway mirror, he'd catch a glimpse of blue fabric at the edge of his vision. Always still, always watching. always sharing the silence.